Post-election polling has shown that a majority of voters believe that inflation was out of control. They've said that their own personal financial situation had gotten worse over the last 4 years. So they voted for Donald Trump because they wanted a change. And of course, many of them bought into the populist message that he was selling them, right? I alone can fix it, Trump loves to say. Well, all of those folks that were concerned about inflation and the cost of basic goods at the grocery store, they're in for quite a shock, because this populist billionaire that they're sending to Washington, D.C. for a second term has so far picked 11 billionaires worth a combined $340 billion to run the government. And if you think for 1 second that billionaires are going to bail you out when you can't afford eggs or your prescription drugs, you are lying to yourself. Donald Trump has played his hand. And his hand is, let's run a government by billionaires for billionaires. And of course, that $340 billion net worth collective among those 11 people does not include the 3 billionaires that he has appointed in the last week. That 340 billion figure was of last Monday. And since last Monday, in the last 7 days, he has appointed 3 more billionaires. So it's over 340 billion. Oh, and by the way, that also does not include the $4 to $10 billion that Trump himself is worth, because actual analysis has said he's probably worth 4. He claims he's worth 10. So maybe it's somewhere in there. Maybe it's lower. We don't know, but we do know he is a billionaire. It's a government by and for the billionaire class. And can you point to a single instance in this country where billionaires have actually stepped in to, save working class people? I mean, from the last 40 years, off the top of your head, do you remember an instance where a altruistic billionaire emerged and said, I am going to help you working class people. I'm going to create good paying jobs. I'm going to give you all these benefits. I'm going to allow you to unionize. I'm not going to use my vast fortune to buy the Washington Post or buy Twitter, as Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have done respectively. Yeah, it doesn't happen because these billionaires are only out for themselves. They want the power, they want the prestige that comes with serving in the Donald Trump administration. They want the easy jobs he's going to give them, ambassador here, ambassador there, labor secretary, education secretary, Doge secretary, or whatever Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to be. We got 2 billionaires, by the way, that are going to be running the Department of Government Efficiency. This is insane. The question is, this populist message that Donald Trump sold voters in 2024, the same one he sold in 2016 and never delivered on, but the voters didn't seem to remember, is the populist messaging going to be enough to overcome the horrible impacts that his policies are going to have on the working class? Are we going to emerge 4 years after this with a more, dare I say, woke population that realizes that billionaires are not going to come in and save them from the financial struggles they're facing that were put on them by these same frickin' billionaires? Maybe. I honestly don't have that much hope for the public. I really don't. I wish I did. I would love to be hopeful and optimistic, but I'm just not. Because after 4 years of getting screwed over by a billionaire president, these people turned around 4 years later, put him back in there, and he now has amassed the wealthiest cabinet in the history of the United States. Let me put this in a little bit of perspective for you. Do you know what the collective net worth is of President Biden's cabinet? $118 million. 118 million versus Trump's cabinet that's already worth over 340 billion. So I think it's pretty obvious who these people are going to rule for. And it's not people like us. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.